This episode is brought to you by Marvel Studios Echo. All episodes streaming January 9th, only on Hulu and Disney+. Rated TV MALV. Viewer discretion advised. Maya Lopez has betrayed her mentor, the notorious Kingpin. Now on the run, she returns to her hometown to prepare for the biggest fight of her life. Don't miss Marvel Studios' hardest-hitting series yet. An epic 5-episode event. Marvel Studios Echo. All episodes streaming January 9th, only on Hulu and Disney+.
Join me, 48 Hours correspondent Erin Moriarty, on my podcast, My Life of Crime, as I take on true crime investigations like no other. This season, I'm looking into the labyrinth of crime and secrets within families. I'm cutting straight to the evidence and talking to the people directly involved, including investigators and the families of victims. Listen to My Life of Crime with Erin Moriarty wherever you get your podcasts.
O'Reilly! It's Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get up to a $25 gift card after rebate with the purchase of select Superstart batteries. Our professional parts people will test your old battery for free and recommend the right battery for your vehicle. For power, performance, and reliability, choose Superstart batteries only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This episode is brought to you by Divvy from Bill. If you're growing a business, you need Divvy. It's the free spend and expense software powered by the Divvy Visa Business Card. With credit lines from $50K to $5 million, Divvy is here to help you thrive. For a limited time, get $500 when you get started with Divvy. Request a demo at getdivvy.com/500. Terms and conditions apply. See offer page for details. Advertised credit lines are not guaranteed and are determined upon application approval. Card issued by Cross River Bank, member FDIC.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. That's the sound of another sale on Shopify. The moment a business dream becomes reality. Shopify is the commerce platform revolutionizing millions of businesses worldwide. They simplify selling online and in person and provide 24/7 support so you can focus on successfully growing your business. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/offer22, all lowercase.
Hey y'all, I'm April.
And I'm Caroline.
And this is your Bloody Happy Hour. Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody Happy Hour.
Hey y'all, this is April.
And this is Caroline.
And this is Turn Up Tuesday, Bloody Happy Hour for you.
We are coming in hot with some amazing quick hitters, some quick stories that are in the news right now. But first,
Manscaped, baby.
Oh, what a shock. Listen, if you have hairy balls, Manscaped's for you. Oh, that's not what we're
If you have a hairy nose.
Manscaped's for you.
If you have hairy ears.
Manscaped is for you.
If you have a hairy vag.
Oh, Manscaped is for you.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
It's not just, it could be one man Manscaped as well.
Well, Manscaped.
Yeah.
Oh, we should change it.
And if you don't smell very good at either of those places.
Manscaped is definitely for you.
Yeah, yeah. And if you need a little bit of confidence in the bedroom or, you know, when you're taking your pictures.
Manscaped.
Yeah.
It's pretty basically for you.
Everything.
What do they get when they order Manscaped?
Well, whatever they order, but you could order this Manscaped Platinum Package 4.0, Caroline.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And it's just basically the other package that we were selling, but this one's on steroids because this one has ultra premium body wash.
I love steroids.
Ultra premium 2-in-1 shampoo plus conditioner and ultra premium deodorant. And they're all clean and non-hypoallergenic. I just made that up. Also, Caroline.
So is my dog. I'm about to have a heart attack because the heater I feel like it's on full blast. Sorry.
Lawnmower 4.0.
Oh, God.
Weed Whacker. And you get the 4,000 LED light, so you can light your way down there as you are mowing your lawn. Is there anything else?
Well, they do get, 20% off with using code BHH at manscaped.com plus free shipping.
That's the most important part. Go to manscaped.com, order whatever you want, and you get 20% off for when you put in the code BHH. You're welcome. That is a present from us. Order something now. So, Caroline, what do you have in the news for us today?
Okay, first of all, did you know that there is an update about the case the quickie you did last week on Aeris Hammock?
No, what is it?
She's been found.
Uh-oh.
That's the update.
But is she okay?
Yeah, she's found. She was found. And I just know that she's been found safe. And, although they did credit Nancy Grace, I feel like we deserve the credit.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I wonder if there's going to be more to the story.
I hope so, because, I like when people are found safe, obviously, but I need to know what happened. Like, did she run away? Did she get caught and she escaped? Was she just
hiding?
And then did she come? What happened when she came back? Like, is she just going back? I just have so many questions. So then we have not really an update on Athena Strand, but kind of, at least the FedEx driver who was accused of killing her, Tanner Horner, he has been charged with 3 counts of sexual assault of a child. Now, these charges were issued out of Tarrant County, and Wise County Sheriff Lane Aiken confirmed that these 3 charges are unrelated to Athena.
What are the charges? Sex
Assault of a child, but they're unrelated. So what this means is, did I read the text message of the girl who posted all over Facebook about? She was talking about how he had abused her forever ago.
So they're going back with stuff that they ignored in the past.
Yes. So it says after his arrest, this woman came forward talking about previous allegations. Her name was Shay Marie. She put it on Facebook, and she talked about how he raped her when she was 16 and he was 23. And she wrote, quote, December 6th and 7th marked 7 years you violated me and treated me like you were entitled to my body. 7 years. I was a child in a vulnerable state, and you took advantage of that. And we don't know if a report has been filed or what's going on. That's just what we have heard. I wouldn't put it past
more people
us if that whole story of him backing up and hitting her is, like I said, that's his story. That's not what we know as what actually happened. So, and his story also is that he did not sexually assault her, the Athena.
Yeah.
So I think he took her. I don't think he hit her, and I think that he sexually assaulted her and dumped her in the woods.
It would make way more sense.
Yeah.
And then the lawsuit, the family's suing FedEx right now?
Yes. Or like $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's behind it? Was there a glitch with the truck? And the backup camera? Like, I was just trying to make it logical of like what could be, how could this be a case against FedEx?
Maybe, I don't know if they just, maybe there's like background checks, or maybe just, I don't know. I think
but he had a clean record.
Sue anybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think you can sue anybody for, I don't know. Is there negligence or something? I don't know how.
I could see it like if there was a glitch with the truck and maybe the backup camera, if there is one, or the sensors didn't work because your trucks are supposed to warn you when something is close to you.
I don't know if this was it a truck? Like, was it an actual FedEx? Because if you're a contractor and you are just like working there for a couple of months, are you because it could just be like some people will, I don't know if that's USB. I'll get Amazon packages, but it's like somebody just driving a white truck delivering it.
Yeah.
So was this,
I don't know,
like his own vehicle that he would, or I don't
know, but I feel like the neighbor reported a FedEx truck.
I did too. Somebody else was telling me that they were like, I don't think it was a FedEx truck, and I was like, I just assumed it was because they said FedEx truck.
Yeah. Well.
So, anyways, that's the latest on that. And we will be following it.
Wow. Okay.
On to the
Aeris
next.
is found.
So, yeah. Have you heard about the Canadian billionaire couple that was found dead at their home in their near their indoor swimming pool, and their son? So it was like a 5-year-old case.
Okay.
They're billionaires with a B.
With a B.
With a B. And there was initially a reward of $10 million that would lead to the suspect or anything.
Yeah.
Recently, this reward has been bumped up, and now it's a total of $35 million.
Okay.
And now a word from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Vonage. Is your business ready to integrate live video chats into your app? The Vonage Video API makes it simple for developers to build custom solutions that make sense for your business. From providing faster tech support and better customer service to hosting more productive meetings and classes, live video enhances every conversation. Go live on your terms with Vonage. Learn more at Vonage.com.
This episode is brought to you by EY Parthenon. CEOs and business leaders are tasked with accelerating corporate growth amid disruption and economic uncertainty. EY Parthenon industry strategy professionals help companies define their purpose, set their strategy, and transform their business so they can improve profitability and long-term value. That's real-world strategy. Learn more at ey.com/realworldstrategy.
Every leader wants their employees to live and work happily ever after. Thankfully, you don't need a magic wand or a fairy godmother to make that dream come true. HR, payroll, and workforce management solutions from UKG give you the tools you need to support and celebrate all your people. Make your fairy tale workplace a reality with UKG. UKG, our purpose is people.
This episode is brought to you by KPMG. At KPMG, innovation is the go-to state of mind. Their visionary thinkers and advanced technology help you see beyond the now, uncover new insights, and turn them into opportunities. KPMG can help you leverage the value of data and drive transformational outcomes through innovation. To explore their thinking, go to kpmg.us.
Hi, this is Sarah.
And I'm Carter.
And this is Some of Our Thoughts.
We're two Southern sommeliers, and we want to share everything we love and know about wine. We started hanging out during quarantine and cooking and drinking and listening to music, and we just thought this would be a great way to bring everything we know to you guys.
We will make wine knowledge and food pairings easy and approachable. So put on your favorite vinyl, grab your favorite glass of wine, tune into our show, and let's have some fun.
Wine and vinyl. So check us out on roguemedianetwork.com or wherever you get your favorite podcast. We'll be talking about a lot.
911, what's your emergency?
Do you hear that? It's coming from the house.
It's coming from inside the house? Do you mean? Could it be?
The Poltergeist. New from Rogue Media. Two haunted hotties talking about haunted places. Every episode we dive deep into the darkest places and give you a bit of history.
We're getting spooky in all the right places.
You've gobbled your last ghoul.
Follow along for the craziest and spookiest stories with Debbie's Dark Tourism. The Stanley Hotel,
Winchester House,
the Alamo,
Hotel Monte Vista,
and more spooky places. Find us at _Poltergals. POLTERGALS.
Look over your shoulder. It's us, the Poltergals.
Wherever you consume the podcast, you can find us there.
Welcome to One Star Rewind, a new podcast about those dreaded one-star reviews that every business owner hates to receive, but yet every customer loves to read. During this podcast, we will peel back that one-star review to better understand how it happened, when it happened, and what the business owner is doing after receiving that one-star review. This podcast will be about love, hate, and laughter. On One Star Rewind, we will meet with real business owners who will tell their stories and how they do rely on reviews for their business. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or download us at roguemedianetwork.com. Please subscribe, but only rate and review for not a one-star review. Join us each time for a new review and a new story.
Everybody needs to pay close attention to this story, because if any of y'all solve it, I think I need at least a $1 million of the $35 million. So let me tell you the story about these people, because this is a 5-year-old murder. I never heard of it, but the reason this isn't, why is this in the news? Why are we talking about it today? Because they just were talking about this huge reward.
Okay.
And this is Canadian murder. So it's Barry Sherman. And in 1973, he started a pharmaceutical company, and it was called Apotex. So he worked for like all these other drug companies before this in Canada and the US, but Apotex became his big one. And by 2016, he was CEO of this company. And he had employed over like 10,000 people. He had a revenue of like 1.5 billion per year. So like this 35 million isn't like literally $1.
Yeah.
So they made generic versions of brand name drugs and sells hundreds of products all over the world. And they're one of the largest drug manufacturing companies in Canada.
Wow.
So there's a little bit more about Barry. So Barry was married to Honey, which is his wife.
Okay.
Barry was 70. Honey was 75. Oh, so she's a cougar. I could have that backwards. But married in 1971. They had 4 kids. They were a powerful presence in Toronto. They had their name on like museums and campuses and community centers and places where had their names on it, had Apotex named on it. They were just obviously billionaires, so they're everywhere. Barry was very involved in politics and business, like part of the business elite group. And they were also like, they donated millions to charities, and they supported all kinds of like educational institutions, and they would send millions of dollars of medicines to disaster zones. Like they would help, they would do all this helping.
Wow.
But there is a bad side of Barry.
Oh.
Barry and his company faced accusations of price gouging customers and smearing opponents. So they would like he would fundraise for, you know, Justin Trudeau. Do you know who that is? He's like the Prime Minister of Canada. He's like the President of Canada.
Okay.
So they would spend time, like he would fundraise for him, but then he would spend time lobbying for the government, which So anyways, he was under investigation for this. He there was a professor at some university nearby that would like say how Barry is like a deplorable human, and that people believe that he did all these great things for genetic drugs, but really Canadians are paying more for genetic drugs than almost any other country, and he was manipulating the system just to get rich and blah, blah, blah. So he was basically providing cheaper alternatives to the name brand drugs, and this created several enemies for him because he was putting those other companies like out of business, I guess.
Yeah. But most of the time you get generic drugs anyways.
Yeah.
It's what your insurance prefers to pay for, I guess.
But apparently all of this, he wasn't doing it. He was just being shady, I guess. I don't know.
Always.
So he also had dealings with like different con men. He worked with like this guy who's like a 2-time felon. So he was kind of working around some sketchy people and doing some other like unethical things. So yeah.
Sounds like a winner. Sounds like some people would be pissed at him.
So here's what happened. The couple was found dead. So their house was up for sale because they're probably going to build a new, bigger house with like 4 pools instead of 2. And December 15th, 2017, a realtor was giving a tour, was showing the home. The realtor goes down to show, because they have like this indoor basement pool area. And what's weird is this realtor goes into the pool area, which is where they were found, and the realtor was like, "Oh, looks like they're doing yoga." It goes and keeps showing these people the house, and doesn't even call the police till like told the housekeeper like, "Oh, I think they're go check and see if they're okay. I think they're doing yoga."
Bitch was trying to make a sale.
There's like, "Oh, you ruined. I'm trying to make a sale before there's dead bodies in here."
Don't be dying when I'm trying to make a sale.
So these they were discovered, in this indoor swimming pool. They were seated side by side on the floor with belts tied around their necks which was attached to the railing of the indoor pool. They were fully clothed. Their backs were to the pool. They had coats, like winter coats, pulled behind their backs to hold their shoulders in place behind them, I guess. And Honey, the wife, appeared to have been hit, and she was kind of slumped over to one side. Barry was positioned with his legs stretched out in front, and they were crossed at his ankles. And because the cause of death was ligature neck compression, which is strangulation. Okay. So he also had glasses on.
Like sunglasses?
Like reading glasses or whatever, which comes into play in a second. So there's no signs of forced entry, and police initially treated this case like a murder-suicide.
How?
For like 6 weeks.
Come on, Canada.
Because they were alleging that Barry murdered Honey before killing himself. And the children were pissed. The kids are like, "Oh, hell no. First of all, he's way out of shape, and she's way more in shape. If anybody's killing anybody, she'd be the one killing him. And how do you even tie yourself, like the amount, like the tightness of the belt, you wouldn't be able to do it yourself." That's what they said. And then, so the kids are like, they're like, "No, this is unacceptable." So they hire a private investigator, and they get another autopsist to do the second autopsy. Well, the second autopsy showed that there were several things that were missed by the police. Apparently, this was a really busy time for police, and they had a bunch of murders they had to deal with. So they really weren't. They were like, "Oh, well, whatever." So the autopsy, the second one, showed that they had missed impressions from like zip ties that were on their wrists. How do you miss that?
I can't.
And so basically, okay, they missed those, and then this indicates that they were both restrained, and then also Barry's legs were crossed in front of his body, and his glasses were on straight, suggesting, I guess, if you were to like hang yourself, you're flailing. And so they were saying that the fact that there was no evidence of him like thrashing around, like the glasses were on straight, his legs were crossed, he's neatly there, that couldn't have been suicide. I don't.
Yes, among 1,000 other things about the crime scene.
Yeah. So this was like a little over a month later, like I said, about 6 weeks, police decided they would change their opinion from suicide to double homicide, and then they said they were targeted. So this spread like all over because these people are, like I said, billionaires, and their wealth is like 3.6. They're one of the 3.6 billion. They are one of Canada's richest couples, And they had been married for 40 years, and they were always just so generous to the whole community. But this is the theory by the police.
Okay.
It says that they think that Honey got home between 8 and 8:30 p.m. on December 13th and was confronted by a killer or multiple killers. She was strangled on the first floor, and her body was moved to the basement by the pool. And at some point during the attack, she had tried to call for help because her phone was found like in a powder room that she never would go to on the first floor. I don't know how many floors. Barry left work around 8:30 p.m. and he got home shortly after that, and he was attacked near the garage door, and that the killers then took him. They positioned their bodies in the pool, in that basement pool area, and they put the belts around their necks and then coats, and then put the glasses back on his face and just kind of posed him.
Wow. And they have
They had a video that was from, they didn't have any surveillance. They didn't have any, like with all this money, you'd think you'd have some kind of alarm system. He said they didn't even, and he had received like death threats just from, I know these rich people always get like death, whatever. But he like wouldn't lock his doors. Like he just had he was like nothing. I don't know. And so I guess a neighbor down the road had cameras, and they said that they did say that somebody was caught on the camera going, like walking one direction and then coming back from wherever. Like they walked across the camera left and they walked across the camera right. They couldn't determine if it was a male or a female, but the person was wearing all black and had like some kind of a hood on and had a strange gait. So I think it's Missy Beaver's killer. I think because it was the same year.
2016?
2016, or was it 17? Which one was Missy's?
Sorry.
2017. When was Missy's?
2016.
So this killer killed Missy Beavers.
Moved to Canada.
He didn't have to move because he's a professional hitman.
Oh.
Because I think that Brandon hired a hitman.
Okay.
And killed Missy. And then this hitman is like, they're like, well, shit, you did that one flawless.
Yeah.
So come kill these billionaires.
And then go to Idaho and kill.
And then go to Idaho.
Solved it.
Wow.
If we
Look at us. You know what?
We'll solve all three.
There we go. So let me go ahead and collect my $35 million. So there you have it. That's what we got.
Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all, there's some news for you. We hope you're keeping up with all of them, or we hope we are at least keeping you updated with all the new stuff so you have something to talk about at your happy hour.
Yes, because we give you so much great stories.
If you haven't already,
rate, review, subscribe, follow on Instagram, follow on Facebook. We post stuff all the time. We're pretty great, and we're getting famous. We have we are recognized all over town, and if you don't know us, I feel sorry for you.
I mean, we don't sound thirsty at all.
I'm just trying to tell the people what it's like to be famous.
To be us. What it's like to be us. Okay. We will see y'all Thursday for the next episode. Don't forget to
stay aware.
Stay alive.
And always be TTF and lock your doors and go start a fire. Bye. Bye.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.